This right here took me 25 minutes to build from scratch in Claude. Now, I've been sending PDFs as lead magnets to prospects for years. Here's a cold hard truth. Nobody reads them. This right here, this gets completed, it gets shared, it qualifies every lead who touches it. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how I build it, 4 prompts, live on screen. Let's go. Before we do, hold up 1 second. I always have to paint the picture of why we do stuff. I need a reason why I do stuff. Here's the number that should bother you. 85% of content downloads are never open past page 1. How many downloads are sitting in your downloads folder right now that you've never read past page 1 if you've even opened it? Not 15%, not 30%, 85%. That means if you sent a PDF to 100 prospects last month, roughly 85 of them opened it, saw the first page, and never came back. You did all the work, wrote the thing, branded it, sent it, and it landed like a stone in the water. That's not a content problem. Your content might be excellent. You might have the most phenomenally built PDF out there. The problem isn't the content itself. It's actually the format. And here's why what we're going to build today, an interactive assessment, actually is way better. The result only appears if you complete it. You can't skim and leave. People like FOMO, the fear of missing out. You have to answer all the questions to get your score. And that changes everything because now your prospect's invested. They've answered 18 questions. They want to know what it means. And here's the part that makes it actually grow. When somebody gets a personal score, they share it. Hey, I scored 14 out of 36. What did you get? Nobody texts about a PDF they wrote or read. People share results that said something true about them. And that's the 4 to 5 times the conversion rate. That's the difference between a format that works and a format that sits in your download folder. Today, we are going to build an AI readiness assessment for service providers. So this is an AI service provider assessment, 18 questions, a score out of 36, a personal diagnosis, and 3 specific things to fix first. Now, I know that sounds like a lot, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to build this inside of Claude. And again, we're going to try to do it. I did it the first time around in about 25 minutes. We're going to try to do this in way less. So here I am. This is what we're going to build. This is Claude. This is the part. Now watch this closely because this makes the whole build work. I'm inside of a project inside of Claude. So this is a project. This isn't the straight up chat. And that's the difference. This isn't just a chat tool. So if I've actually named this project Build Lab. Now, right down here is the instructions. So if you have maybe a little bit wider view here, the instructions may be over here on the right-hand side. But the point is you want to put instructions for this project. And that's where we load up the context. I've told Claude you are my build assistant for creating client-facing tools and lead magnets for service business owners. Then I've given it some context. I've told it who my audience is. I told it what format we're going to build. This is going to be an interactive score assessment. 3 stages, 6 questions per stage, ABC on the scoring, max 36. The tone, direct, plain language, a trusted advisor talking to someone they respect, not a salesperson, never vague. Every recommendation is specific and actionable. And then I've also told it what to avoid. Avoid jargon, developer language, generic advice, filler sentences, and any result copy that could apply to everyone. When I give you a topic, start with the architecture. I'm a framework person. 3 stages and transformation. Each step of a framework has to have a transformation. So the last one, when writing results copy, each tier must receive a specific pattern of behavior, not a generic score range. The person reading it should feel as if it was written about them specifically. So that is our whole point. So this is one of the most underrated features of Claude. Most people open up a fresh chat every single time and you start from 0. And that's like walking into your office and forgetting your own name. Projects change that. the context that we build actually stacks upon itself. Claude gets smarter about your business the more you use it inside of a project. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and close this, and we are going to get started. 4 prompts, that's the entire build. So I'm going to switch over and show you what the prompt is. So most people who try to build an assessment start with the questions first. That's the wrong place to start. You end up with a list of questions that feel random, and the results feel like a horoscope, vague enough to apply to everyone, specific to no one. The architecture comes first, and this is what this prompt builds. So I'm going to copy that. I'm building an interactive lead magnet assessment for service business owners. The topic is AI readiness, how far along your business actually is with adopting AI versus how far along they think they are. I want the assessment to have 3 stages that build on each other. Stage 1 should diagnose awareness. Do they know what they have? Stage 2 should diagnose activity. Are they actually building with AI or just licensed to use it? Stage 3 should diagnose the advantage. Is AI actually making them harder to compete with? Give me a name for each stage, a transformation statement for each. IG, watching, you go from transforming from watching to building. That's what we're doing here. Big surprise. And 2 questions per stage that would accurately reveal where someone is. Each question should have 3 answer options, scored 0, 1, and 2, with a maximum score of 36. So let's switch back over to Claude and plug in our chat. So there's what we've told it what to do. We've given it instructions. Now we're going to let it run. And watch what it builds here. And again, we're just going to let the timer run. I may speed this up in post, but we'll see. We'll see how long this takes. All right. Our AI readiness assessment architecture first. So what it's written for me is the core tension. This assessment works because it exposes a specific lie most business owners are telling themselves. We use AI. They might be paying for ChatGPT license and not using AI. Ask it to fix an email twice a week is not a strategy. The 3 stages move from surface to structural, and the gap between where someone scores in stage 1 versus stage 3 is the whole point. So it's given us an architecture. Stage 1 is the inventory. So it's going to transform us from being unaware of what we have to actually being informed. Stage 2 is the engine room. Are your AI tools embedded in how work gets done or just available to whoever feels like using them? So the transformation, license to operating. Stage 3 is the moat. Is AI making you harder to compete with or just helping you keep up? So 2 diagnostic questions per page. Here's our 6 questions. When you think about AI being used in your business right now, which one's most accurate? They get to pick 0. Again, their score 0, 1, or 2. So second question, if you asked 3 team members to list the AI tools they use each week, what would happen? Stage 2, question 3. Stage 3, there's questions 5 and 6. So from here, you have 2 paths. We can expand to a full 18 question build. I'll write 4 additional questions per stage, complete the 36 architecture using these 6 as the anchor questions. Write the results copy first. So what I want it to do is I want it to do number 1. So I want it to go ahead and expand to 18 questions because I think that gives us a more broad view of what AI is actually doing and allows us to score better. So I'm going to have it re-architect that and build us the full 18 questions. All right, there's all 18 questions. So it's still finishing up writing. There's question 10, question 11, And these are really good. How often does your team raise new ideas for using AI to improve how work gets done? Has AI changed what you're able to deliver to clients or just how fast you deliver the same thing? All right, so now we've completed that. So we've written the 18 full question architecture, 3 directions from here. So if it doesn't prompt you for some reason, what I'm going to do is pop this up on screen. So this right here would be the second prompt. Using that 3-stage architecture, write 18 questions. It's already done that for us. And again, it's building context because I've done this before in Claude. So you may have to prompt this a couple times, but here is the prompt that you would use to actually get the questions out of Claude. So we've done that. And then the next one is the results copy, what it's actually doing right now. So here would be the prompt for the results copy. Again, it's going to do what we've asked it to do here. All right, here's our results copy, written as behavioral portraits, not score summaries. Each one should feel uncomfortably accurate to the person reading it. So this is at the end. So you're exposed, not equipped. If they score between 0 and 12, if they score between 13 and 14, you're busy with AI, but you're not yet building with it. And then 25 through 36, you have a head start. The question is whether you're using it. Okay, so now what it's done is given us, you've earned the right to ask strategic question most businesses can't ask. Where does AI change what you offer, not just what it costs us to deliver it? So here's what that's done for us. I mean, you see what we have done and how much different that is than just a straight PDF. Now we're going to take it one step further. I'm going to give you the prompt for the landing page. Claude has already prompted me to go ahead and build a landing page because it knows that's what I need to do next. This AI assessment has to live somewhere out on the internet. So here's the prompt. You can screenshot that. I'm going to move back over into Claude. And I'm going to have it build number 1, which is write the landing page copy. And you see the things that it's reading. It's reading my tone of voice file. It's reading my landing page copy builder. So those are things that I built, and we'll cover those in separate videos. But if there's things that you also would like to do inside of Claude, let me know. All right, so here's our landing page copy for our AI readiness assessment. So it's given us a headline for service business owners with 5 to 50 employees. You think you're using AI, this will tell you if you actually are. So then it outlines the problem, what this is, what you get, how it works, social proof. So this would be people that have taken the assessment. And then about me, who this is for. You see, like it's doing all of the content writing for me. And a quick FAQ. How long does it take? 5 minutes, 18 questions. So it's building me a fully structured landing page with a call to action at the bottom. And again, it's pulled in the things from my design system that I have built inside of my brain trust system inside of Claude. So now there's my landing page copy. So think about what we've done already here. So we've created an architecture for it to build. We've wrote 18 questions. We've given it the pattern of how to score those 18 questions. We've given them the gap between where they thought they were and where the score puts them. And that is the moment they stop being a lead and start being someone who wants your help. The results copy, that's the most important prompt in the build. Most people who try to build assessments, they get the questions right, and then they write a lazy result. You scored 18 out of 36. Yay, great start, keep going, yes. And the person closes the tab. When they get the results, it feels like it was written specifically for them because it was. Not a category person, for them. And that's the difference between a tool that someone uses once and a tool somebody shares with somebody else. So now you notice what it's doing. It's having me build the actual assessment. So let's go ahead and have it create the assessment for me. All right, that was the longest part of the build so far. So it really, again, it's actually building the thing. So it's doing all of the work for us. So the full assessment is built and working. Here's the 18 questions. So it's given me 3 directions. So I can start the assessment right here, begin in stage 1. Here's our questions. So what that's actually done is I could save that as an artifact, but I want to show you what this looks like. Again, this took us all less than 25 minutes to actually do. And this is what I want to show you. This is a live version running right now. It's at orangenomad.com, AI-assessment. That's orangenomad.com. The link will be in the description. Feel free to take the quiz yourself after you watch this video. So again, this is all built running on a real domain. I could start the assessment, go through, score myself, and show my score. So there we go. So there's my AI readiness assessment. So all of that done right inside of Claude. So think about that. It's the same architecture we just built, same question structure. I eat my own dog food. We practice what we preach around here. It's built the exact same way that I just showed you. And here's the one thing I want you to hold on to. Every single person who completes this has told me exactly where they are. They've answered 18 questions honestly. They've shown me where the gaps are. And by the time they see their score, they're not a cold lead anymore. They're a warm conversation. Compare that to a PDF that sits in the downloads folder. The PDF is silent. It tells you nothing. It qualifies no one. It doesn't start a conversation for you. This right here, every completion is data. Every score is a signal. Every share is a free distribution. When people say, I've had people do this. Hey, I scored 14 out of 36. What did you get? That never happens with a PDF, ever. This is the upgrade. So here's your move right now before you close this. Open up Claude, start a new conversation inside of a project, and paste this in there. I run a type of service. My ideal client is one sentence. I want to build an interactive lead magnet assessment that helps them diagnose the problem that you solve. Give them a 3-stage architecture with transformation statements and 2 questions per stage. Do not start with the questions. Start with the architecture. Get the 3 stages right, and everything else follows from that one prompt. Again, the live assessment I just showed you is live at orangenomad.com/AI-assessment. Be sure to take it. See your actual score, not where you think you are, where you actually are. If you build this kind of thing alongside other people and you want to do this right now, you want help building this, I'm going to be running a Build with AI cohort. The waitlist is also in the description. We can actually build this stuff together, not just watch videos on YouTube. Next Tuesday, I'm going to show you how I replaced Copilot with Claude projects across my entire business. It's not what you think, and it saves you more than you expect. If you want to see that, be sure to like and subscribe now. I'll see you in the next one.